This Champions League Matchday 3 picks edition of the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign in with the code PLGP. Welcome, everybody, to the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Monday, October the 20th. We are here, we think, we might not be, who knows, to have a look back over the Premier League weekend, which is still going on. Half-time in West Ham v Brentford. That's a shit show for West Ham. And we're going to make some Champions League picks for Tuesday and Wednesday. Joining us, or is he? Who knows? It's Mr. Barry Penaluna. Barry, what's going on? Do you know? Because I don't.
It's something to do with Amazon and internet and cloud things and Jeffrey Bezos and all of that stuff, which has affected our streaming platform. So we haven't been able to stream today. We've tried to do it earlier, tried to do it several times now, and just about to abandon ship when we got it through. So at the moment, I think we are streaming live. Hopefully it is all recording so I can publish it, the podcast, but actually the publishing software isn't working either. So we'll just see. Some people might see it, some people might hear it, some people might not hear anything, and who knows what's for the best in that situation. Maybe you're better off not hearing it.
Yeah, that is true. We won't know till after the event will be passed. It's some sort of like time slip situation. I do feel 100% confident in all of my picks, though. So I was quite devastated that I didn't think we might get the show out because the people need to hear this, Baz. We tried to go live at 6 o'clock. Then you messaged me at 7:30. I did tweet out that it was cancelled. You messaged me at 7:30. You said, there's loads of people in the chat just having a chat amongst themselves because we weren't there. I then tried to do a little test at 8:30. For 15 seconds, I thought, I'll just put it on for 15 seconds. It'll be all right. Fucking hell, it was on about 7 seconds. Callum was straight in there. Here we go, boys. I was like, oh, no one was meant to sing. It was just me seeing if it would work. So I quickly had to delete that 15 seconds off YouTube, and then we decided to go now. But that little button does say live, so we'll give it a go. But I'll tell you what's happened here. I've got the Restream page open, which is the platform that we use. And there was a red banner message all day, which has now changed to an orange banner message, which I thought was quite appropriate for a lot of the things we've seen this weekend, and for you, Barry. Experiencing partially degraded performance. So that just about sums you up, doesn't it?
I thought you were talking about Liverpool.
I'm talking about Liverpool very much experienced a partially degraded performance. West Ham at half-time are experiencing a fully degraded performance, because they're 2-0 down against Brentford. So there you go. NBA tips off this week, apparently. So make sure to subscribe to the NBA Gambling Podcast for daily picks. Tune into the NBA Gambling Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. First and foremost then, Baz, it was a big few days for a lifestyle, wasn't it, since we did the show on Wednesday night. You went away. And I went to my concert. So where do you want to start? Do you want to lead us off with the Magical Mystery Tour? Give us the highlights.
It was a good tour. We went to Wrocław for Thursday night and then went to Poznan, 2 nights in Poznan. What a great city Poznan is. Absolutely brilliant. Like a beautiful city, lovely town square, really nice basilica. The best basilica I've ever been to, Malcolm.
Is it really, Baz? Because I know you were long list of preferred basilicas.
Probably better than the Sistine Chapel, I would say. Probably. Just putting it out there. But Poznan was brilliant and really good nightlife. I do my research. We got our hotel, lovely little hotel on the 2 minutes from the square. And it was on this little strip where there's lots of little sort of cafes, restaurants, bars. Nice and sort of, nice environment through the day. And then at 8 o'clock, the whole place just turns into an absolute party zone. Absolutely jumping in 30 seconds from the door. So, there are some liabilities on these trips who aren't capable of getting themselves back to the hotel. Even they
the full potato crew.
Yeah, so we had a great time in Poznan. Wrocław, we stayed in a 5-star hotel, Malcolm. We had a spa, different kind of lads weekend, this one. First morning, wake up in our 5-star hotel. Me, Kieran and Jamie going down in our robes. A little bit of a sauna, steam room, whirlpool, bath, all of that. What do you think about that?
Well, where was that when I was in that shit when I went?
We've set a new standard. Apparently, like the spa was thoroughly enjoyed by everybody. Not everybody, but those that used it. So everybody is now expecting 5-star luxury. It was just by chance. The hotel, this 5-star hotel, was ridiculously cheap on the day we wanted to go. So why not treat yourself, spoil yourself? True. So I've ate a whole load of meat and potatoes, as you do. I got through 4 portions of steak tartare in the 3 days. So if anyone doesn't know, Malcolm will know about the steak tartare. Like in Poland, if you go in a bar and you buy a pint, the locals will buy a pint and they'll buy a plate of steak tartare. So some raw meat, a raw egg yolk, and then loads of chopped up gherkins, chopped up onions, and something else. And you just mix it all together, mash it all up into a paste, and spread it on some bread as a snack. And it costs about £4. Honestly, it's like the price of a pack of pork scratchings in the bar here. So every time you go to the bar, you order a pint, you order a shot of vodka, you order a steak tartare. So yeah, I got through loads of that.
My abiding memory when we went last time, Baz, of you, was every time I looked at you, you had greasy fingers. I just remember looking at you in every pub. And your fingers were all shiny. And that was the steak tartare or the pastrami or whatever the hell it was. I was like, Barry's never not had meaty fingers for 72 hours. But yeah, I'm right up on steak tartare, Baz. I enjoy that a lot. Some people have actually made it into the chat for the 3rd time tonight. Courtney's just joined us, been a while. You can see Man United won. The Backers family are back for the first time in 2 months out of the woodwork. Callum Sierra's been here all night. Joe Thompson's having a pop at your bathrobe attire, Barry. Andy Williams, welcome. Smudger's here. James Maffia, I think I saw earlier on. John Cullerfair, Logan. Tell you what, this early time's a bit better. By the way, Brentford only winning 1-0. It got disallowed, apparently. I missed it. Shawnee 4 Real was first in the chat as well. So hello, man.
What's here's a question about the spa. What's the etiquette for going from your hotel room to the spa? Do you go down in your robe with your swim shorts underneath, or do you go down and get changed at the spa?
I go down in my dressing gown.
So I didn't I wasn't sure, so I went down in my joggers, a t-shirt, and I had my swim shorts underneath. Kieran and Jamie were just strolling around the corridors with their slippers and their robe on. But then when we went down, the lady said, we did ask, and she went, do whichever way you want. But I can give you, pointed to me, and she went, you can have a towel, a robe, some slippers, and there's a changing room there. So I looked like less of a tit walking around the hotel in my dressing gown. I just got changed in the place. But yeah,
I don't mind that. I'm quite body confident, Baz. You know
me. I'm in Budapest this week, so I'll be sparring it up again, won't I? It's a classic Budapest activity, the old thermal spa, like.
Yes, I remember sitting in that and just like touch me head or something, and my hair was frozen. It was the middle of winter, but you don't realise because you're sitting outside in the spa, it's like 82 degrees, and then your hair's frozen. Like, it's a really peculiar thing. So I'm playing chess with the old blokes in the spa. Got like the floating chessboards. Yeah. Just having a game of chess with frozen hair. So there you go. Well, I went out on Thursday, Baz, didn't I? I went to the Mercury Music Prize, you know me, As Modern as Tomorrow. I'd thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. I don't know if you've caught up with it on the telly, Baz. It's worth a little look. Which I don't know if any of the Americans or Canadians or whatever. It's like for the best album of the year. So there's 12 nominees, all genres. This is the thing. And then I think 9 of them played. A few of them, Matt had just had her wisdom teeth out, so she couldn't perform. So I went with Walker. But it was just meant, it was a fun crowd. It was a really cool crowd. Pulp came on first. Who doesn't want to watch Pulp live? Like, Jarvis Cocker's just absolutely fucking legendary and has got my wardrobe. He came on wearing more corduroy than you could ever possibly imagine. And then Wolf Alice came on second. A, absolutely brilliant. And B, holy shit, did you see the white bodysuit? That's worth a look, Baz. Well, Jacob Alon, I adored. Sam Fender was on last. He ended up winning it. I don't really know much of Sam Fender. He doesn't blow my skirt up very much. But actually, I didn't mind the performance. It was all right. I kind of got what people would get from it. There was a bit of Bruce Springsteen going on, maybe. That was kind of the vibe I got off Sam Fender. But just the highlight, Baz, I think the fifth artist on, 84-year-old Martin Carthy, right? Bloke, he's from the East Coast, sort of Hull, Square, Bridlington, that kind of neck of the woods. And he's re-released his 1960 album, right? Fucking 1960. So he comes up, he's 84 years old. Previously, his wife, who is now dead, and his daughter have both been nominated for this prize. So an absolute folk royalty. So he comes shambling on, sits down with his guitar in a massive arena, almost silently sings Scarborough Fair. You know that old, "Are you going to Scarborough?" Fucking brilliant. And he's still getting help down the stairs when they switch straight to this Gambian-born rapper from Coventry, Parsaloo. Like, and the fucking juxtaposition was just brilliant. Enjoyed all of it. The only option, Barry, the only problem I had, £9.50 a pint. Fucking hell, what's Thatcher's Britain in it?
It's ridiculous, that. I paid.
You're telling me it was like £4 for it.
Leeds Airport the other day. It was £9 or something, £8.90.
Yeah. So that wasn't ideal. But no, I enjoyed all of that, Baz. It was very, very good.
Cheapest pint I bought was probably about £1.50 at the weekend.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could have had 6 for that. We are brought to you by mybookie.ag. Your place to bet on football and everything else. Prop builder is second to none. Head to mybookie.ag. Promo code PLGP for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code PLGP. And we're brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig is available in over 35 states. Download the Novig app. Get $50 when you spend $5. Use the promo code SGPN. Getting on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. Picks-wise, Baz, I am currently 5-4, 10.7 units from the 9. So happy with the picks. West Ham winning is my play here. So West Ham would get me up to about 13 units, 12.5, 13 units. But at the minute, they're 1-0 down. But anyway, yeah, happy with that. My lock hit again. Lock record's been great. And in hindsight, the both teams to score over 2.5 in Bournemouth, Palace Bournemouth was an absolutely shoo-in. If anyone in the comments, or indeed yourself, Barry, would like to form an orderly queue to apologise to me about my Man United handicap, feel free. I am an excellent judge. I told you everything that was going to happen in that one. I didn't actually pick Man United. I put them in my stake and still knacker, but then others let them down. But I did take Man U team total, which was great. Lockett, I mentioned. What did we have? Chelsea to win. The prop on Pickford saves. Props have been really good. Sometimes do one a week or maybe even one every 2 weeks. But the Pickford saves hit. Tottenham Villa both teams scoring over 2.5. The losers, Sunderland Wolves. I took Wolves again. And I still thought Sunderland was shite. Like, Wolves dominated that game. And then they get a goalkeeper mistake and a bizarre injury time own goal. There's an angle somewhere. I'm going to win something. Fade and Sunderland are back in Wolves soon enough. Burnley Leeds, both teams to score was unfortunate. Leeds missed tons of chances, particularly the one where it's at the post. Fulham double chance was fine margins, which it always is with an Arsenal game. And then fucking Brighton and Newcastle. Everything about that was horrendous. We'll come to that in a little bit. Baz, winners, losers, any good?
Currently 5 winners, 3 losers, 1 push. But I am on Brentford tonight at 9-5, which would be a big boost. So I'm ahead for the weekend with Brentford still to come, hopefully. Start off well. Chelsea to win against Forest was my lock. Nice and easy there. Brighton, Newcastle, both to score and over 2.5. What else did I have? The Bournemouth team total was a big price, 13-8 for Bournemouth.
Yeah, great pick that, bud.
Came up in the first half. The Arse Sniffer was another plus money price, 11-10 for City to win with under 3.5 goals.
Nice.
That was a nice, comfortable 2-0. Played that one easily. Fulham and Arsenal was the push. I did take Fulham +1 on the Asian handicap. And then it was both teams to scores. I had Spurs Villa came in easy, but it was on the ones I lost. Sunderland Wolves. Actually, Sunderland Wolves I took a draw, so not so bad. But Leeds Burnley, like you, both teams to score was the pick there. So overall decent. 5 winners. I had my lock was Chelsea. My dog was Brentford, so still a chance that'll hit. And we call me Payak. I hit this week 4-1 for Palace, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Man United, Spurs, Villa, all to go over 2.5 goals. So 4-1. Aka hit this week as well. So yeah, good week. Hopefully finish off with a Brentford win tonight.
Yeah, nicely done, Baz. Very good. So yeah, team right on the winners. I tell you, do you know who else won this weekend, Barry? Data fucking Dave.
Yeah,
Data fucking Dave. 6 for 7. I know it's a shit price, but he took. Listen, can't argue with the bloke. As much as you start to annoy us.
What we should have been doing is rolling the Data Dave picks.
Yeah, I think he's on 5 in a row now. He was 1-1. Or he might be 0-1. I think he lost first game. And now he's gone 6 in a row. He took the under 2.5, didn't he? In Sunderland Wolves, sitting there listening to his New Order LP, eating his syrup-covered Italian dough balls, Indian syrupy dough balls, and eating his Tim Tams. So, yeah, well done to Dave. Predict Addict. If you haven't joined our league, go to predictaddict.co.uk and join it. Code is 43455. The results aren't in yet because it doesn't update till after this, but I was having an absolute shocker. Bob got me to count up his points on Saturday. He had 6 points to my 1 on Saturday night. But then I had Liverpool 1, Man United 2. So I reckon I stole 3 points on the entire field, which probably just about saved my weekend in that one. But if you want to join, then get in before November at least. And you will be eligible to win. November, eye catchers, Baz. We got some time to let this breathe a little bit. It's probably not going to work anyway. So I think the obvious place to start with the eye catchers was the Liverpool-Manchester United game. There was not really a suitable outcome for this, was there? No one wants anybody to win. However, I organically cheered both Man United goals. So I think that tells you where I was, where my mind, without even knowing, that tells you where my mind was. In fact, I jumped up and down a lot with that Maguire one because it cashed the bet as well. It cashed the 7-4 Man United team total. Partially degraded performance from Liverpool and that new lad up top who's shite. So I did want to suggest, Barry, is it time that Arne Slot goes on the tit list? Because he's absolutely lost his marbles at the minute. Like, no more Mr. Nice Guy. All shits and giggles when they're winning games. Tiniest little bit of something going wrong. And he's complaining Man United have changed their team around. He was complaining about the head injury, which is fine. He was just complaining about also. So it was the quote about Liverpool aren't that sort of team. When they say when a player goes down injured, everybody should think, oh, well, it's Liverpool. They wouldn't do that. I'd have pushed him off his chair, the twat. Tit list for Slot, Baz?
I'd be okay with that. I mean, I think we pointed it out a while ago when he was doing well last season. We had a feeling that he would turn into a little salty fucker like Klopp because he was all smiles and giggles and everything when it was going well. But then as soon as there was a bit of adversity, he turned into a twat. Postecoglou's the same. There's a few of them like that, aren't there? Like right little Jovi. Oh, they're lovely character, proper cheeky chappy, and isn't he always nice? Well, yeah, he is when he's winning. And yeah, it was just very salty. He wanted all of it. It was fucking bollocks. Fuck off.
So
stick him in.
So we need to take someone off, Baz. You know the rules. So the nominations are Goldbridge, Owen, Ferdinand, Arteta, Gordon, or Ekitike.
I mean Ferdinand because I can't even remember why he's there.
I can't take Ferdinand.
You're leaving him on. Right?
Like
Ferdinand probably should stay. Owen should stay. Ekitike, let's take Ekitike off.
I was going to say Ekitike for me.
You know, it was a one-off silly display of stupidity from Ekitike. Probably doesn't deserve a lifetime on there. Whereas
in Ekitike is like we're like in Ekitike. We're rooting for Ekitike at the minute.
Yeah.
In the struggle between good and evil, we want Ekitike to win out. So we'll remove Hugo Ekitike. Joe Thompson says the Liverpool manager is an auto tit. You're right. Well, Jurgen Klopp. You see, Rio Ferdinand, he's just one fat-tongued sentence away from going in the Hall of Tits as well for me. He's absolutely unbearable. So number 6 on the list, Arne Slot. There we go. He's in. I'll put that away. There's the tit list there. Okay. So yes, I enjoyed them getting beat. I obviously didn't enjoy Liverpool winning. Man United winning, but I didn't actually think they were that good. Part of the benefit of them winning, I think, is they'll be a better price next week when we get to fade them. Their opponents will be a bigger price next weekend. So Jimmy Carragher just done 25 minutes on Man United closing down throw-ins and why that won them the game before this game tonight. It was all a bit peculiar. Forest Chelsea is worth mentioning for a couple of reasons. Obviously, Postecoglou got sacked. He's lasted about 7 shows, Baz. 7 Premier League gambling podcast shows.
I seen today, there was a stat someone put on Twitter saying when Postecoglou flies back from London to Melbourne, he'll have time to watch all of his games for Forest and still be able to watch 3 films of Crocodile Dundee.
Poor bloke. It was just a ridiculous appointment, wasn't it? That was the problem. There's 2 things in that. It was a ridiculous appointment because Marinakis is a ridiculous man. However, Postecoglou's also partly responsible for taking the job. And I know, like, professional footballers, sports people, coaches, whatever, have to have that mindset that they're going to be different. I always used to think this about, there'd always be, whatever managers signed Joey Barton, and then 3 months later he was being a bell end. But the managers always think, oh, I'll fix him. I'm the one who can fix him. I can do it too. Because that's how they have to be, and that's why they are where they are. But why has Postecoglou just got no thanks? I don't want that job. Because I'm going to, in 7 weeks' time when you sack me, I'm going to look an absolute Burke. And lo and behold, but then again, he doesn't think like that. Sean Dyche is just an equally ridiculous appointment. I don't get it. They've gone from being dead defensive under Nuno, sacked him. They've had 7 weeks of training where Postecoglou's got them all to stand up that end. And now they've brought in this other bloke, and Sean Dyche has immediately just sending them all up the other end. No, you all got to stand up that end now. I just don't get it. They'll probably be all right with they've got the low block defenders, haven't they? Milenkovic and Murillo and the big, ugly, not very fast ones. But yeah, because Forest played all right. Forest could have been 2 or 3 up in the first half. Because that was going to lead me on to Chelsea a little bit. I still can't trust Chelsea. The manager picks the wrong team. He picked the wrong team again, and he had to change it at half-time. He had to bring on Caicedo, the missing Palmer. Malo Gusto in the playing CDM is a ridiculous decision. He was terrible. And then the sending off. Why are you getting sent off again? At 3-0 up every week? Absolutely every week. And I wanted to mention Garnacho as well. Fuck me.
Shite, yeah.
You'd never get tired of hitting him with a cricket bat, would you? Just his face. Like, he got hauled off at half-time, and it was entirely attitude. Absolutely, completely whingy, twisty face. Like, I've coached 14-year-old kids, and there's about 8% of them have got that face on the whole time. And you just want to fucking hit them. You're not allowed. I did a course. But, like, Garnacho is just unbearable. Absolutely unbearable. And they changed it around. He brings on his good players, and Chelsea got away with it. So, yeah, Forest, Chelsea, Baz.
I mean, I've talked Garnacho for years. I've told you Garnacho will never be as good as he think he is. Like, it's absolute fucking overrated. And funny enough, it was one of the few games I watched because I was away all weekend. We did sit and watch that lunchtime game on Saturday. And all I kept saying was, he's fucking hopeless, him, Garnacho. But I did, like you say, I think Forest started well in that first half. And then we moved to a different bar. And by the time we got to the different bar, it was 2-0. All unravelled pretty quickly in that second half, didn't it?
Yeah, it really, really did. Mentioned Brighton, Newcastle, because I know people like it, like us talking about Newcastle when they've got beat. I don't know why we bother going to play there, Barry. We did mention it on the show last week. Just donate the petrol money to the daft kids. Let Brighton have the 3 points and we'll just fucking move on. We turn up there. It's always dog shit. I never, ever want to see us walk out the tunnel in that green kit again, by the way. It just reeks of defeat. It absolutely is covered in the stench of defeat, that green kit. But for 4 years now, ever since we started this show, maybe a bit before, we've said you can tell within 10 minutes what Newcastle away performance, if there's any point carrying on. And after, like a boxing match, fuck it off. Lads, we're not going to win today. I don't know why we bothered equalising, because that annoyed me, because that meant when they scored the inevitable winner that I lost my pick of under 2.5. But just don't bother. Like I say, save the petrol money, donate it to charity. Everyone have the weekend off, spend some time with your families. Just leave it alone. Like, it's absolutely atrocious. And Danny Welbeck can get in the fucking sea as well.
It's always Danny Welbeck, isn't it? Like, what does he do the rest of the year? Like, he must have scored 40% of his goals in the last 3 seasons must have come against us, surely. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, fans, thankfully, I didn't watch much of it, so I did tune in for a bit. I did get to see Voltemore's goal. It was a nice finish. Good for him. But yeah, thoroughly I got to the end and I was just like, well, fully expected it. Just shite. As you say, why do we bother?
The rest of it, Baz, I thought was pretty unremarkable. There was a couple of half-decent games we've kind of touched on. Palace Bournemouth, Tottenham Villa, say Sunderland, I cast an eye over. But that was about it in terms of stuff I really wanted to talk about a little bit more, Baz. Did you have anything particularly?
No, let's crack on and make some picks before this stream dies on us again.
Hang on, do you want me to check the... I'll check this, Barry. We are still experiencing partially degraded performance. So there you go. Now we'll make some Champions League picks after. I've told you, underdog, great place to play fantasy pick'em. Win up to 500 times your entry. Pick higher or lower on your favourite player. Stats available for tons of sports. Brand new offer. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds using the code MLB. That's the wrong code. That's the MLB code. PLGP is the one you're after. Rhythm is crushing it in college football and NFL with picks and props. Rhythm is giving away cashly prizes by tracking your bets on the leaderboard. You can win $1,000. Promo code is SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm, use the promo code SGPN25. Right, Champions League match day 3 taking place Tuesday and Wednesday. Before that, kick-off. I know everyone's very much enjoying kick-off. Barry leads 2-0. It is half-time. I'd like to remind everybody in kick-off, so we'll be back with the second half when that gets underway. Barry, how many picks have you made, and is it more than 3?
4.
4? Fucking hell. Fully upgraded performance from Barry. We've got 4. Which I've made 4.5. Or 4 and just a little line on Newcastle. I'll start because I'm going early Tuesday. The tea time kickoff in the early window, 17:45, 12:45 Eastern, between Barcelona and Olympiacos. Barcelona 1-5, minus 500, 6-1 the draw. Olympiacos are 12-1. Brentford have just rattled the crossbar. Sharda, I think it is, maybe. So I wanted to bet in this game, Baz, because I covered the Barcelona game on Saturday, so I watched them against Girona. So I've had eyes on. They won 2-1, scored a very late goal. They did a Harry Maguire, actually. They brought on, is his name Roland, something Arojo. The big centre-back came on in the 93rd minute and scored anyway, Harry Maguire style. But I just do not know how they can keep a clean sheet in a football match. They were so wide open. It was like Postecoglou had them in charge. So they took the lead early on through Pedri. Axel Witsel equalised with a really proper bicycle kick, if you get a chance to have a look at it. But then after that, do you remember that game last year when Tottenham had some players sent off, but then just proceeded to stand everyone on the halfway line? And Chelsea went 1-on-1 every 3 minutes for the entire second half. That's what Girona did to Barcelona. Barcelona absolutely buggered by injuries at the moment. Not so much in the front half of the pitch, but it's not the front half of the pitch I'm concerned about. Rashford was really good again the other day. Mal was back for the first time since whatever happened to his knob. So front half of the pitch is fine. They're still missing Lewandowski, but they've got enough to score goals. Olympiacos haven't scored in their 2 Champions League games yet. I get it. They didn't score against Arsenal, which not many teams do score against Arsenal, but they were held 0-0 by Paphos, which was a bit of a concern. But I'm going to go for a bit of a price here because I had watched it and I don't know how Barcelona can keep a clean sheet against anybody. So the front half of the pitch is not a problem. So I still think Barcelona will win. I still think Barcelona will score plenty goals. So it's factoring in Olympiacos. So the bet, Baz, is going to be Barcelona to win and both teams to score. 8-5 plus 160. It's a nice price. 3-1, 4-1 Barcelona. But I just can't see them keeping it. On that evidence, it's impossible. They do not concede a goal. So Barcelona to win, both teams to score. 8-5 plus 160.
Yeah, next up for me then is, hopefully you've got all the prices here. I've got Arsenal v Atletico Madrid on the Tuesday. So I've got 2 picks from Tuesday, 2 from Wednesday. Sorry, Arsenal v Atletico, did I say? I might have said Real Madrid there. Anyway, I think it looks a decent tie. Two teams in good form. Arsenal 8 games unbeaten in all competitions. Atletico 6 unbeaten in all competitions. Arsenal have obviously had a very straightforward start in the Champions League. 2-0 wins over Athletic Club and Olympiacos so far. And Atletico smashed Frankfurt 5-1. And then they lost to a late one against Liverpool 3-2 in a decent game there. That late injury time defeat to Liverpool is the only defeat for them in 10 games. I think Atletico Madrid will be a decent match for Arsenal here. And I think Arsenal are a little bit too short. So I was immediately looking for something to try and factor Atletico Madrid in. I can see why Arsenal are favourites at home in this one, but 3-5 just looks a bit short. And it's looking at like where they've dropped points already this season. So the games against City and Liverpool, I think Atletico can cause them enough problems here that we might see another cautious display from Arsenal. Again, at the weekend, they won, but it was a tight one, 1-0 against Fulham, same as it was in a tight one against Newcastle. And I just think Atletico will go close here. The fly in the ointment is the Atletico away form. They aren't winning away from home at the minute. No win in 5, but they have drawn 3 of those 5, and a draw would be enough for me. Atletico haven't failed to score in a game all season. They put 2 past Liverpool at Anfield. They put 5 past Real Madrid at home just a few weeks ago. So they've got plenty of goals in them. And if they can get a goal, it might be enough for a draw. Arsenal aren't full of goals themselves at the moment. First thought was double chance, but actually, having taken the Asian handicap for Fulham at the weekend and getting a push, I've gone exactly the same again. +1 Asian handicap gives me a push if Arsenal win, but it gives me that double chance. If Atletico come away with anything from this game, we'll cash a winner. So Atletico +1 Asian handicap at around 4-5. But I'm also going to put them up to score 2 or more here. I mean, you've just mentioned Arsenal don't concede a lot of goals, but I'm getting 7-2 for Atletico to score twice. As I say, they've scored every single game this season, put 2 away at Anfield. I mean, fair enough, Liverpool will concede against anyone at the minute. But I just think the 7-2 is a big price for a good team who are good going forward. So yeah, the pick is going to be the Asian handicap +1 for Atletico, but I'm also going to put Atletico to score 2 or more at 7-2. Massive price.
Okay, yes, Baz, very exotic, like it. I'm fully Tuesdayed up here. I don't think I've got anything going.
I'll crack on then. I've got one more Tuesday game. I've got Union Saint-Gilloise. I mean, I asked you for the prices before and then just carried on speaking.
I know, yeah, I got them as well. I fetched them out. So, well, I've done this game as well, Barry, so I'm fully set up with the prices.
Well, is this not a Tuesday one?
Yeah. Same game.
I thought you said you were all Tuesdayed up.
I am, which means I picked all Tuesdays.
Ah, right. I thought you meant you'd made all of your Tuesdays.
I would have said I was all Tuesdayed out if I'd finished on Tuesday.
Right. Well, off we go. I'll be all Tuesdayed out after this.
Oh, well, I'm Tuesday. Well, you do this one then. Listen, USG are 4-1. The draw is 3-1. Inter Milan are 4-6. Minus, what's that? 150. You go.
Yes, quite a short one for me here. Union got off to a great start in this competition and a good away win against PSV on day one, but they were really poor against Newcastle. We talked about that one afterwards, about how poor Union Saint-Gilloise were. And they haven't been going well since. They lost that one 4-0. They followed up with a 1-0 defeat to Club Bruges, 0-0 against Charleroi at the weekend as well. So they've not registered a goal in 3 games. Coming up against an Inter side who are decent in defence. And Inter are in great form. They've won 6 in a row, including both of the games in this competition. Against lesser opposition, they beat Ajax and Sparta Prague, but Union Saint-Gilloise are of the same ilk as those. And they've won them by a 5-0 margin, so they haven't conceded a goal yet in this competition. And they've got 4 clean sheets in their last 6 games. So everything points to Inter. And I looked at the price, 7-10. I nearly fell off my chair. I think the price for Inter's far too generous. I don't mind Inter as a pick anyway. But I'm going to take Inter and I'm going to tag on the over 1.5 goals. Gets to even money. Inter will definitely win this one, and I can't see how they don't put 2 past Union Saint-Gilloise. Inter win and over 1.5 goals for me, even money.
Thought we had a team right there, Baz. I had the ray gun under my desk ready to go. I'm so disappointed you let me down. I did say after Newcastle home to USG, that I'd be wanting to get them next time. And absolutely correct, but I've just got a different pick to you. We need to capitalise on them big and shite. And then the more you looked into it, it was just bang average form all over the place. And the fact that Newcastle have been so poor actually makes you want to fade USG as well. Because Inter Milan have covered the handicap twice against better teams than USG. The 2 Champions League games are very comparable games. Ajax in Slavia Prague, 2-0, 3-0. Inter are at least 2 goals better than them, if not more. Could go up the ladder here. But Inter on the handicap, -1.5, is 7-4, plus 175. I think it's a massive price for Inter to knock them over 2-0. I'll do a quick whistle stop at Newcastle. 8 o'clock. I didn't do a full handicap on it. Me and Betty are going to this one. I just wanted to stop because the under 2.5 goals is too big again. I know I picked it at the weekend and lost, but I did think it was an unfortunate loser because both XGs were absolutely shite. If Nick Waldemar doesn't score some sort of weird circus goal, we don't score. You've got Jose Mourinho coming up to park the bus for Benfica. Never, ever wins at St James's Park, ever. Nothing's changed. That 2-1 result at the weekend changes nothing. Newcastle can defend very well and don't score a ton of goals. Under 2.5, there's even money, I think. Like I said, I think it was overpriced. I'm staying on Tuesday night with Copenhagen against Dortmund. Copenhagen 3-1. The draw 13-5 plus 260. Dortmund are 9-10 -111. And the first scan I did when I looked down this page, the Dortmund price just absolutely slapped me in the face. It's just far, far, far too big on a pure form line. Copenhagen have got 1 point and a defeat to Karabag to the name last time out. Dortmund have got 4 points and they've scored 4 goals in both the Champions League games. I don't know how Copenhagen are supposed to keep up. Better form line. They've got competition experience. They were competitive against Bayern at the weekend. This was just a really uncomplicated handicap. We're taking considerably the better team, Baz, Borussia Dortmund, at 9-10, -111.
Nice. You got another one on Tuesday, or?
It's on Tuesdays up, Baz. I can't keep saying it. Should I carry on then?
You might as well.
This next pick actually was very similar to that last pick. Pure instinct, Baz. PSV against Napoli. PSV 9-4 plus 225. 23-10 the draw. And Napoli 5-4 plus 125. And again, we've said that we're fading these Dutch teams. Ajax have got 0 points. PSV have got 1 point. PSV lost to Union Saint-Gilloise heavily at home on Matchday 1. Union Saint-Gilloise, a team that we're already in auto fade on. We've established that they're shite. Napoli lost at Man City, which is fair enough, but also had a first half red card to deal with. So you can put a line through that one. They beat Sporting Lisbon 2-1. They've won 5 of 7 in Serie A. We know they're a good side. They're just too big. Again, it's a mismatch. Like, fucking double up Dortmund and Napoli. This is quality stuff, Baz. Honestly, I'm incredibly... we'll put Inter Milan in for the treble. 7-1, Dortmund, Napoli, Inter Milan. 7-1 treble is the answer there, Baz. And that's me done. You can go to Wednesday.
Yeah, so going over to Wednesday, I've got the Frankfurt v Liverpool game. And the reason I come to this, and you've got to keep coming back to Frankfurt games, because they continue to just be absolute carnage every week in terms of goals, Frankfurt. They've played 10 games so far this season. All 10 went over 2.5 goals. 9 of the 10 went over 3.5. And 6 of 10 have went over 4.5 goals. They've already had a 5-1 win and a 5-1 defeat in this competition in 2 games. And in the league, they've had a 6-4, a 4-3, 4-1. There's just goals all over the place. Now, quite where you find a pick is the next question, because the over 2.5 sits at around 2 to 5. So it's a tiny price. And of course, what will Liverpool do off the back of 4 games, losing streak now? And actually, I think it could be a good game for Liverpool. They've got an attack that's lacking in confidence at the moment, coming up against a side who've conceded 17 goals in the last 5 games. I think it looks like an opportunity for Liverpool to get something going in attack in particular. Frankfurt have struggled against the bigger teams. They had a 3-1 loss to Leverkusen, 5-1 to Atletico in this competition, 3-0 to Bayern. I think Liverpool have too much for them here. Of course, you wouldn't want to back Liverpool to keep a clean sheet.
You fucking love Liverpool, you Baz. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, so I wouldn't want Liverpool for a clean sheet. And then for that reason, I'd probably avoid them on a handicap as well, because I think they probably will concede. But I do think they'll win. So I'm going to take Liverpool to win. I'm going to tag on the goals to get it to a reasonable price. Liverpool win and over 2.5 goals in this one. 10-11 is going to be my pick in that one. And the final...
Closet Liverpool fan, Barry Penaluna. You're experiencing a fully degraded performance, Barry, on your Liverpool handicaps. What's wrong with you? You did that last Wednesday and they got beat off Man U.
So what would be a pick for Frankfurt, Liverpool, Mal?
5-3 Frankfurt. Frankfurt to win and over 7 goals. 5-2.
Right. We'll see who's on the right side of that then. Final one for me is Sporting v Marseille. Looks a good matchup, this one. Both on 3 points so far. Sporting having beat one of the weaker teams in Kairat Almaty and losing to Napoli. And Marseille with a similar situation. They beat Ajax, one of the lesser teams, and got beat off Real Madrid. Both sides have saw over 2.5 goals in all of their games so far in the Champions League. And both going well domestically. Sporting have won 7 of their 9. Lost only to Porto, and Marseille have won 6 of their 8 so far. But Marseille are on a 5-game winning streak and includes a really good win over PSG as well. And so I thought the Marseille form line looked slightly stronger. The win over PSG, losing only by a late penalty against Real Madrid in this competition, having taken the lead against Real Madrid as well. So I did quite like Marseille as an underdog here. You got the prices up there for Marseille Sporting?
Yes. 15-13 plus 115 Sporting. 27-10 the draw. 21-10 plus 210 Marseille.
Yeah, so you're getting over 2-1 Marseille, and I think they're in better form. And so I like Marseille. I like the goals because we've seen plenty in their games so far. The overs was a bit short at 4-6, but I think Marseille will get at least a couple of them. They've done so in 4 straight games now as well. They've actually scored 15 in the last 4 games, Marseille. I'm going to take Marseille team total. Marseille to score 2 or more at 11-8 will be my final pick from the Champions League.
I don't mind that at all, Baz. I nearly picked that because I'm pleased you brought that game up, Barry, because anyone who wants to listen to full 90-minute commentary of Sporting Lisbon versus Marseille on Wednesday evening on either, I've just checked, Barry, we're on the FootMob app, we're on the Goal app, and we're on the Sporty app. So you can listen to those live goals. Barry, you'll enjoy that, won't you? Put one game on the telly, you can listen to me doing that one. But I've did Marseille a couple of times, or maybe once. Anyway, they were all right, is my reading of that. So I don't mind it. They look quite lively going forward against PSG in the game I did. Right, good effort, Baz. Our performance appears to be okay so far. have you got anything else you want to tell the people before we let them go? You've done, by the way?
That's me done. Well and truly
All right.
done. Yeah, we're going to have to be back quick, Malcolm, because I'm away on my travels again on Thursday morning.
Right, so Wednesday night, you'd say?
So it's going to be a quick turnaround. Back on Wednesday for the Premier League pick show. I'll be flying out Thursday morning to Vienna.
Who are you going away with this time, your lad?
Oh, Vienna. That's how they say it, isn't it? Yeah, missus and the kids. Family affair this time. Vienna, 1 night. Bratislava, 1 night. Budapest, 3 nights.
Okay, now.
This is the plan. So
unbelievable. Flash bastard. I'll fucking hold the fort down here then, Barry. I'll turn the cogs of industry, one-man economy and all that. Thank you very much, Barry. Thank you to Jeff Bezos. You put him in the chat before. Who's that then, Baz?
He owns Amazon, doesn't he?
I have no idea.
How do you not know who Jeff Bezos is?
What's he got to do with me?
He's the richest man in the world, and he obviously apparently something to do with Amazon, which is something to do with the reason we couldn't get this show out any earlier. But there we go.
My missus before said, I told her exactly what had happened all day because I was meant to do the baseball at 3 this afternoon, couldn't do it. Me and Scott recorded a Zoom, then he couldn't process it. It was a whole thing. I told her the whole thing. She'd tried to get on the banking app, that wouldn't work. And anyway, so I was fucking about with this before. But she said, have you tried turning the laptop on and off again? I was like, leave it. I was like, a third of the internet's down globally because of this thing. Like, this is the IT department as well. Do you know what I mean? I expect better of it, Baz. I expect better of it. So there. Right, let's go. Leave
we
these
better do, because
alone.
I've got a little thing flashed up there saying disconnected. So
yeah, it did your big face. Yeah. Your big Sunday dinner plate face froze there for a minute, Baz. So we better go away quickly. Quick. Good luck with your picks. We'll come back on Wednesday. We'll see you down the road. Cheers.